Great. Hello, hello, hello. So I wanted to take a few minutes with you guys today just to go over the new resource that I'm throwing out there. I talked about the challenge. Now it's time to start. We're going to be having some new people join us very soon in the group. So I'm going to explain this to you, and then I'll probably re-explain it when the new people come in. So just to get us used to it and just so that we're not having to wait, I'm giving it to you now. Um, I'm just going to show it here. I'm going to share my screen right here. So I played around with it and I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do. But basically, I wanted to have something that was practical, something that we could keep with us. I recently started using mini binders so that I can bring them with me and that I can have all my trackers, I can have all my ideas. If something comes to me, I write it down in my book. And my current tracker for my business is sort of this same template where it's just a half a page and you check things off. So it's very visual. You can see where the empty spaces are. You can see where the check marks are. So I went with the same kind of layout. Now this is something that you could either choose to print out and plastify. You can keep a virtual version of it and check it off through your computer, or you can print off a bunch of them and use one each week. It really depends on what you want to do. So just to look at it really, really quickly, I broke it down into 3 sections essentially. So at the beginning, you have your weekly goal. And then for each section, you would put your weekly goal here. You have Monday through Sunday, and then you have your total to see how you did, and you'd be able to compare your weekly goal with your total. So I started off with my physical health. So I want to note here, because it's always a question, well, I walked, I cleaned, I did this weekend, or I did this with my family. Does it count? Obviously, like I always say, all physical activities count, but when we're working towards our goals, if we're not pushing ourselves, we're not going to get to where we're going, right? So I really do try to encourage the actual workouts. So the physical, the push-ups and the crunches or the yoga, something that is pushing your body a little bit more than just walking. So I broke it down into 2 sections for you. So yes, you can celebrate the success of getting out and walking and not just being a couch potato. There's room for that. But I also want you to see how much you're pushing yourself forward as well. So there's a place for your workouts and there's a place for other other physical activity. And I put little asterisks down at the bottom here that says PA includes walking, biking, jogging, swimming, etc. All right. So what I would ask you to do here is be even more specific. So instead of just putting a check mark that you did it, see how long you did it for. So if you did a 30-minute, 21-minute, 60-minute, whatever workout you did, if you're doing the 21-day fix, it's your 30-minute workout. If you're doing 10-minute trainer, it's a 10-minute workout. So I want you to actually write in how many minutes of workouts you want to get in. Or I guess maybe I can leave this open. I challenge you to put in your number of minutes, but if your weekly goal is to get in 5 per week, then go ahead and just, check them off. But I guess the 2 different ways you could use it is go by minutes, how many minutes you would like to do, or how many days per week you would like to work out. So I guess feel free to do whichever you prefer there, as long as we're tracking to see what we're getting done, how many days or how many minutes we're doing. The second part, and this should really be the first part, but I kind of sandwiched it in the middle because I know all of you are here. And we're kind of focusing on workouts, but really building you is the most important, because if you're not working on yourself and your mind frame, you're going to continuously get stuck where you are. So I included in your weekly schedule me time and personal development. I know you've heard me say it before, and I'm going to go more into depth about this really soon. But I want you to give yourself a goal of finding at least one 15-minute period during the week. You can all do that. You can all take 15 minutes after the kids have gone to bed to not clean up, not do the dishes, just sit and have you time, doing whatever it is, taking a bath, reading a book, meditating. You all can find at least one 15-minute period during the week. Okay, so me time, I want you to find that. And I want you to set goals, start with one, and then work up from there. But I really do want you tracking how many days a week or how long you take for doing the me time. Personal development. If you have not yet done this, I'm going to start showing you why it's super, super, super important. I don't want to get into it too much because I do want to just go over this really quickly, but there is a spot there for personal development. I will be coming back at you for this. Life goal. I put a little asterisk at the bottom as well, and this says anything else that you would like to keep track of in your personal life. So cleaning, savings, tasks that you want to do. Sometimes I fall behind on my cleaning. So sometimes I'll make a schedule for myself that says, okay, like this day, I need to do laundry. This day, I need to do my floors. Sometimes I need just something in my personal life to be like, okay, I'm tracking my eating, I'm tracking my workouts, I'm tracking everything else. I need to get like focused on something else in my life. So I did leave you a little you part there, a life goal, so that you can track something else you're working on, all in the right place. And then the last section is my nutrition. So I broke it down into water, Shakeology, your fruits, your veggies, your carbs, your other, and new recipes. I'm also going to come back to you on the new recipes part. I would like to start up a group that I'm going to invite all of you to that encourages people to try at least one new recipe a week or every other week. Why is just to step outside of your comfort zone. So, sometimes we get bored with it, we don't know what to eat, and then that's where we easily fall off track. But if we spice things up a little bit and we keep things going and we keep things interesting, we're more prone to stay on track with things. So I'm really going to encourage you guys to try new recipes as often as possible. I would not suggest doing a whole week of new recipes because it's stressful. You might not like the things. Chances are you're going to be miserable. I would say start slow and start with like 1 or 2 new recipes a week and build up from there. And then you're going to be able to say what you like, what you don't like. You'll be able to spice it up a little bit. I have a lot to say on that one too, so I'm going to come back to that. So that's basically the roundabout checklist right there. And what I'm going to do is we'll discuss. I'm going to have you guys let me know what you want. Maybe we'll do a midweek check-in and then an end-of-week check-in. So maybe like every Wednesday and Sunday we'll check in. I think those are pretty good days. So every Wednesday, every Sunday, you guys can take a picture of your checks and you can post them in the group. So I'll probably put a post in and then you guys can post in the comments to let me know what you've got done. And then what I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to set a challenge. So I'm going to look at each one of these aspects and we're going to challenge ourselves to take it up a notch. So we're going to take this from more of not just workouts, but we're going to take time to actually focus on the you time, and we're going to work on the water consumption, and we're going to work on maybe a life goal that you have that's completely unrelated to all of this. And we're going to really start getting into every aspect of your life. Okay, I hope you're excited about this. I'm excited about this. And I can't wait to come to you with more. But basically in the next, starting, I think it's the 28th of the month, we're going to be starting up the second part of this challenge. So right now I'm going to let you just get familiar with this, get used to this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to every day throw out a challenge. So I'll probably give you like a grid for the week or for the month. And you'll have little challenges like eat 5 portions of veggies, or get in at least 5 workouts, or get in at least 2 me times. And I'm just going to throw out these little challenges and see if we can get these things checked off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys keep track of your own points, just so it'll be easier for all of us to manage. So I will come back to you on the second part of that, but for now I just wanted to show you this. and let you know that there will be an extension of this, and we will go into it a bit further once you guys get really used to it. At the bottom of this page, and I know there's not a lot of room to write, they're just things that I want you to ask yourself, and you could choose to use a journal on the side of this that you could actually write the answers down and keep track of them. So I want you to celebrate your victories. I want you to ask yourself how you're feeling. I want you to really stop and reflect on where you see struggles, where you feel struggles. It's going to vary from week to week. I want you to think about the days that you're struggling and ask yourself things like, did you sleep well? Did you drink water? And I want you to take notes of all of these things, because all of these questions that I'm asking, if you write these things down and you track them, I guarantee you're going to start putting 2 and 2 together. So you're going to either see that on the days that you don't sleep enough, that your eating habits are poorer, or on the days that you don't have enough water, you're feeling more tired, or you're going to start to learn little things about your body, about your life, that's going to help you overcome some of these struggles. All right, and this is a step-by-step process that we're going to go through, but these are just questions that I want you to sort of starting this week to become aware of and to start thinking about. And eventually they'll make sense, and you're going to put 2 and 2 together, and we're going to use these to help you get unblocked in the future. A couple little resources that might help you make things easier. If you have the portion control containers at home, that's a great way to figure out in terms of your nutrition section, if you have the proper portions and how many you can check off. So definitely, if you have your containers, now's a perfect time to use them so that you can check them off right here in this chart. If you're not using the containers and you would really like to do a little checkup on how you're eating, MyFitnessPal is a great tool. It's free. You download it. They even have a barcode scanner so that you can see whether you're getting enough protein, enough carbs, enough fruits and veggies, enough of everything. So if you don't have the containers, MyFitnessPal is a great one to use. The journal, like I mentioned, and also in terms of free recipes, I'm going to post a couple of websites where you can find some really great recipes. If you have the Fixate book from Beachbody, you can also find a lot of healthy recipes in there as well. So there's a bunch of resources I'm going to post for you. I'm going to be posting this tracker and reflection sheet for you very soon. And I'm going to go for now. So we'll talk soon.